Hi, welcome to JazTime. Today we're going to do a review on a Rolex Submariner 16610. It's an unboxing along with a how-to video. So it comes with generally this kind of paperwork. This watch in particular is a no holes Rolex Submariner, meaning there's no holes on the side of the case. This is the warranty card. Comes with this. It's basically a piece of paper, but it's almost always folded in 6. Sometimes the fakes are folded in 9. That's one way you can tell. There's also a hologram. If you look up, kind of hard for you guys to see, but if you hold it up to the light, you do see a hologram that goes through all the edges here, right where my thumb is pointing to. Comes with this booklet and manual. Here's the manual. Submariner tells you how to use it, some brief things about the history. A care booklet that tells you how to care for your watch. You can also download this. Let's take a look at the watch itself. Here's the watch. Here we go. Bam! The beautiful Rolex Submariner. It's a stainless steel watch. This is probably one of the most, if not the most iconic Rolex watch ever produced. This watch was worn by James Bond. It was featured in many of the movies such as Goldfinger. Now, some cool things about this watch is it features an aluminum bezel, which is the little thing that you see my thumb going around right here, okay? And this aluminum bezel, in fact, is replaceable. So that bezel can be replaced with any one of these things. So you see this bezel here? It's a thin piece of aluminum, and basically you can just put it right on top. That's one of the cool things about this one as opposed to the new ceramic ones, which you cannot replace the bezel. You'll notice here that the lugs are a little bit thinner than the new style ones, and it has no holes. Rolex does a great job of polishing the side here and keeping this edge. It also has a brushed stainless steel band, meaning it's not shiny. That's good so it doesn't look flashy, as this is a sports watch. You'll also notice that this one, since it's a no holes case, it has what's called a single end link, meaning there's only one end link going to connecting the bracelet to the watch head itself. And you'll also notice that it's going to have these hollow links. Kind of hard for you guys to see, but if I bend it like this, do you guys see this little hole right there? You can kind of see the other side of my hand. That's a hollow end link, because the bracelet is a lot more hollow than the new style ones. Now I'm going to open it up and you can take a look at the clasp. It has this thin traditional fold over safety clasp. Safety meaning once I clip it over this way, I have a second one that goes like this. And that safety clasp prevents it from popping out when you're doing activities. That's why it's called the Oyster Safety Folding Clasp. And it has this old style buckle right here, which is pretty thin. Kind of feels like I don't know, flimsy is the word, but that's just how they made it back then. This watch was produced back in 2004, so that's just kind of how they did it back then. If you're looking for something more sturdy, then you'll be looking at the newer style 2007 or later ceramic versions. You notice that the case back of this also is solid. They don't make Rolexes with a clear case back, so if you see anything with a clear case back, it's fake. You see right where my pinky is moving right there? That's where the bracelet connects with the head of the watch, and you'll notice that there's no holes there. And people are always asking, what do no holes mean? It just means exactly what it sounds like. There is no hole connecting this bracelet to the head of this watch. Normally there would be a hole right where my thumb is pointing. Now onto some of the mechanics. How do you use this thing? Now you see where this purloin is? Now if I want to check the elapsed time, let's say how long I've been underwater, or how long my friend is taking to get to me, I can put the purloin on the minute hand, and as the time progresses, let's say it becomes 10:40, or let's say 10:42, well then I can simply look at where the purloin is, I count over to where the minute hand is, and I look at which dot it's at, and now it's at 13 minutes. That tells me I've been underwater for 13 minutes, or my friend has been holding me up for 13 minutes. So that's how you use the bezel. And it doesn't turn the other direction. See, when I try to turn it clockwise, it doesn't turn, but watch. Counterclockwise continues to turn. And why is that? That's because I've turned it counterclockwise. Now, what does the time say I've been underwater? It says I've been underwater for 30 minutes now. Now, if you were actually diving, would you rather know that you were underwater for more time or less time? Well, more time, because you don't want to run out of air. So that's why it turns only unidirectionally, and that's only the case on Submariners, not on GMTs. So let's go ahead and set this back in the center and take a look at the date function. You notice that the date has a big cyclops here. That's magnified to 2.5. It's very, very big. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to unwind and use this. I popped it out to the first position, and here's how you wind it. You guys hear that noise? That winds the watch. That winds it so that it can now move. And you see the second hand sweeping. Now I'm going to pull out to the second position. You guys hear that? And when I turn it in the clockwise direction, the date starts to move. So the way that you set it, today happens to be the 25th. I'm going to set it on the 24th, pull it out to the third position, and I'm going to roll through. That's midnight. This is 6 a.m. And right now, our time is about, so I'm going to set it there, push it in, and you'll notice that the hack will start again. You see that? The second hand starts to move again. All I need to do is now tighten it up, and now the water is airtight. Or I'm sorry, watertight. The final thing is, let's take a look at how this watch looks like on the wrist. That's the Rolex Submariner stainless steel 16610. If you like this video, click on the subscribe button below so you can see all our other cool videos. We offer a 1-year warranty, free shipping, and a low price guarantee. Check us out at JazTime.com. That's JazTime.com. At the end of this video, you'll see a call to action. If you like any of the watches in that, just click on the link and it'll take you directly where you can buy this watch yourself. Thanks for watching. See you at JazTime.